Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. 'Tis the season to be jolly. I've always wanted to do that. Jolly. Okay, well, I know most of you are suffering from shopper's fatigue, and you still cannot wrap your mind around any other sale or even going into the store to get a new product. But I know that being that this month a lot of activities normally tend to happen in people's lives, have you ever stopped to wonder, are you using expired makeup? Now, with that said, you may probably still have to go out and replenish your makeup kit after seeing this video. Okay, so today I'm actually going to give you basic tips as to how to find the expiration date on your product, and for further detailed information on the shelf life of your product, you may visit my blog, and I have listed particular products, their shelf life, and how to go about preserving them and to ensure that you keep them clean at all times. Now, the first thing I want to point out is, I really don't like shopping during Christmas because I think it has become so commercialized. But I know that one of the things I have to get for myself is a camera light. I got a camera, and I need to now get the light because sometimes the laptop, the lighting can be so bad, and I don't know, it is not as effective as I would want my videos to come across, but I digress. Okay, so I made notes for you to understand where I'm coming from with these tips. Okay, do cosmetics expire? Yes, just like any other product, they all expire. And let's use a reference. You buy that flavor yogurt, and after a few months in the fridge, and you decide now that you're going to have it because you know it didn't really grasp you to eat it then, it starts tasting very rancid. It simply means that the product has exceeded its life, its shelf life, and now needs to be tossed out. It's the same thing with your makeup products. How to determine the expiration date? But first, let us talk about the production date. I'm going to use this as an example. This eyeliner, I know you can't see it, so I just have to describe. The eyeliner has a batch number, which is also called a lot number. And what this does is helps the production company who produced this eyeliner to use it as a reference. So if ever anything should happen, that batch number is the number that they can rely on for necessary information. So it's like how you stock your shoes in your closet. For me, I use Polaroid photos on each container, so I know what shoes is in what box. I don't know if you do that, but I'm a neat freak, I'm sorry, but I do that. So it's like how you organize your drawer. You know, there's a particular top. It could be done by color, it could be done by material, it could be done by so many styles. Just use that as a reference. So that's what the lot number is for. The expiration date, which is also a date given by the product, and according to the European Union directive, it should be printed on all cosmetic products. But I find that sometimes it is omitted. So if there is no expiration date, another thing that you could do is use PAO, which is period after opening. If you buy a product and you look at the bottom, you will find, the bottom, the side, anywhere, it's normally supposed to be on the outer packaging and also on the product itself, which sometimes I find even high-end brands, they tend to even omit this date on the interior part of the package. But you sell this cylindrical thing on the product, and it's half open like that, and then on it you will see a number and the alphabet M. So you look for the number, and you look for the letter M, and if there's a number beside it with the letter, that is how long you can use the product for. This one says 12 months, so that's a year. So I could use this up to a year, and once the year has passed, I need to toss it out. But this goes if there is no expiration date on your product. Another thing I also want to mention is in terms of how you store your product. You need to be careful how you store it. Try to buy a bag that you will not become too attached to. So once 6 months has passed, you throw them out. This bag I bought in Jamaica, I bought this for about 150 Jamaican dollars, which is very cheap in comparison to the US dollars. And it's a leatherette bag, very leatherette. If you can see, they placed all, why I actually like this bag is that they placed the models, all the supermodels from the 80s, Naomi Campbell and all those people on the bag. And it's leatherette, and on the inside it's cloth. I know you probably can't see anything, but it's cloth. So what I do is, to keep this clean, I spray it every weekend with alcohol, wipe it out, so you know it does not collect bacteria, and it also will prevent my products from having bacteria in the product. Another thing you should also try not to do is try not to leave your products in the car. Do not leave the products in the car. It leaves it to roast, and what it does is it breaks down the formalization of the product, and then after a while it just starts to disintegrate. So eventually you will not get use out of the product. It's like leaving a bottled water in the car. You know, after you have left it in the car, you need to throw it out. You cannot drink it, because after all that sunlight and all that heat has hit it, you know, you place it to your mouth, the saliva has gone into the bottle, and then it creates bacteria. So you really don't want to, you know, drink back that water. I'm sorry, I'm having a bad hair day, and this headband, I tied a bandana onto my head, and it keeps I'm sorry, but it keeps breaking down at the back, so it's kind of distracting me. Okay, so yes, I mentioned the car. Also, in terms of your bathroom, a lot of people think that keeping the product in the bathroom is the safest place to keep your product. It's not, especially if you have a window that seeps in sunlight. When that hits your product, it becomes very warm, and then bacteria flows into your product, and then guess what happens? You either have sick eye, or you know, you start experiencing sores on your lips based on your using, you know, a wand or something. And you know, you definitely, there are certain things that you have to try not to practice. Try to always keep your makeup products at room temperature at all times, so this will alleviate any bacteria building in your product. Okay, now another tip I wanted to show today was how I apply my eyeliner. Now this is a retractable eyeliner, but if you have the eyeliner that you sharpen with a pencil, each time after you have used it, you spray it with alcohol. This is alcohol, despite the color, it's alcohol. So each time after using your eyeliner, you spray it, or you can spray it into the sharpener and then sharpen your pencil, right? Because what that does, each time after use, you sharpen your pencil, so it prevents you from catching bacteria, because after all, your eye is one of the most sensitive areas on your body, and you have to really protect it. So you have to at all times try to ensure that you practice hygienic practices. I'm a germaphobe, so you know, I try to you know, with my clients, the models who go on set, I try to tell them to walk with their own eyeliner and definitely their own mascara. If you go on set and the makeup artist is not using makeup wands for her product, that is the makeup artist you need not touching your face, because germs transfer from one person to the next. And just like using the lip gloss wand on the client's lip is the same thing. That's just a rule. That's just my rule of thumb. I really don't, you know, I don't try to, I don't use products on, you know, my client and transfer it onto the other client. It is room for germs. So I got this gloss from when I went to Wendy Williams. How you doing? And it's Nivea. So this is one of the things before I'd gotten this, I'd actually bought, I'm a Nivea fan. I have a lotion that is practically finished. I like that their products, although it is fragrance, it does not break out your skin, and it's highly very, if I have sensitive skin, so Cetaphil is one of the products I use from time to time, but Nivea, I find that it allows me to still feel soothing and soothed, but at the same time it does not get me sick. So with this is just an example of how to ensure that you don't catch a bacteria. So this is the lip gloss, this is the lip balm, it's Nivea, and I use a lip brush. This is a lip brush. Each time I use it, I dip into the product like that and then apply it to the lips. Right? So what this does is, one of the mistakes a lot of people do is you use your hands to apply your product. There's nothing wrong with using your hands, especially when it comes to concealer, because what the concealer does is warms the product to the consistency. It smoothly on your face. Oops, how brittle. It smooths onto your face very easily. So one of the things you want to avoid is contaminating your product. So please, at all times, if you happen to use your hand, ensure that your hands are always clean. Now, this is a trick that I normally do. I was asked about my lashes. I got a message. Oh, this is how I store some of my products. So they keep germ free. My brushes, this is how I store some of them, and I clean this every weekend, and it's plastic, so what that does, it does not enable your product to get bacteria in too quickly. And this I do not keep in the car, because once the heat hits this, your product is done. So this is my mascara, and let me just do this quickly. So even with the retractable, I spray with the, I've already sprayed it. I spray with the alcohol, and then I wipe it off in a napkin, and then I apply. Okay, so to get the full look without seeming as if you're wearing too many makeup, I go under here. I know it might be a lot for some, but I go under here, and then I go under here. It creates the illusion of having full lash, and then I line a little bit on top by rubbing the pencil as if I'm creating a grid. I don't know if you can see the difference already. And then I do the same for this one. So I basically just run the pencil through the lash line and under the lash, and then I use my Maybelline Falsies, which is my favorite. Now this, I have to tell you, now a lot of people tend to dip the product, the wand, into the ink like that repeatedly. What that does is it allows air to get into this, and then bacteria grows. So you need not to do that. If you happen to pull out the wand and there's too much ink on the wand, you wipe it in the napkin like that, and then you rotate like you're doing an axis onto the lash. I like wearing falsies. My lashes are naturally long, so what this does is it volumizes, and it also gives it length, and it looks very natural, as if you're wearing false lashes. Natural, and if you're wearing false lashes, my apologies. And then for the bottom, I tend to run the lash here. So what it does is, if you can see the difference, I'm sorry, I have to apologize about the lighting, but you see the bottom here, what it does is it creates your bottom lashes to look as if they're very full, and then you do the same for here. And then that's that. So that's my tip of the day. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope that you got some valuable information today. Happy shopping, happy holidays, and thank you once again for tuning into my video and my channel, and hang by my blog sometimes. Have a wonderful day or night whenever you view this video. Bye bye.